Howdy folks, it's the Tuesday after the 24th visit, Tuesday the 5th I think it is. Come down to have a look at this colony, this little baby colony that I think there's a queen gone missing with all those queen cells in. So this is a video on how to unite two colonies together using the paper trick, not a paper clip or anything else, but a paper trick. I've got these little bulldog clips, or whatever you like to call them. They're attached to each side of that. This is a broadsheet newspaper, doesn't matter which one, don't care whether you read the Telegraph or the Times, nor do the bees, and you'll see what those come in handy for, because it's quite windy today, so you might have guessed already. But yeah, we're just going to go down and have a look at those two little colonies and see if we can find another queen. If we can't, then I'll just unite them. I'll explain a bit more when we get down there. Right, so when a colony goes queenless, especially if you've done it, it's a little bit, well, it's not cruel because haven't sprayed them with anything nasty or done anything deliberately cruel, but it's a little bit cruel to just leave them with no queen, and having knocked all the queen cells down, it puts them into a bit of a tailspin. I'm having to shout because of the wind noise, I'm afraid. It's the end of that storm that came over. Now there are some bees out here flying, and there was a bit of a nest out there for them to defend, so they are doing that. So I'm just going to have one final check for a queen. If I can't find a queen, then we're going to drop this whole colony on top of that colony there, and we're going to put that sheet of newspaper between the two of them. I can't remember, I've already explained this on one of the earlier videos in the year, but yeah, basically they can hear each other through the newspaper and they wonder what the noise is. One colony realise that they've got no queen, so they start chewing through the newspaper and seeing what's the other side of it. The others sense them, and because it's such a slow process, they end up making friends together. I think I showed that right at the beginning of the year when I was trying to save a queen from a similar position. But yeah, that's basically what we're doing today, unless I find a queen, and then obviously I'm going to pack up shop and go home. But that's the trick. So I haven't done any smoke at this stage, and they have eaten a fair old bit of that. So I'm going to squash that wasp that's on there. That's the first job. And I'm just going to have a quick look in here, see if I can see a queen or anything. And they're short of grub, so you know they're going to get in a panic because they're... Oh, there's a wasp. Sorry love, I've got the wasp for you though, you'll be pleased about that. Because if you remember, I left the queen excluder off. There's a tiny bit of food down in the bottom there. I left the queen excluder off to begin with, and then it did worry me that she'd come up through here and either I'd squashed her or something, I don't know. So I'm hoping and pretty sure she won't be on the back of here. And she was marked, so yeah, there's no positive ID on there. So we'll just we'll have one last trundle through here. It's a bit late in the day to be doing this. It's about 2:30, something like that. Had an appointment I couldn't get out of, finished work. So I thought, well, I'll come down here because I don't want to get a drone layer in here. A drone laying worker, I mean. So yeah, I haven't smoked them, so I'm hoping they won't go into a tailspin in that regard, and it will leave them calmer for me to find the queen, if there is one in here. Nothing on there. There's no eggs in there, definitely. So if we don't find any eggs, and we don't find any grubs in this part, which was the nest, then we'll know that all those queen cells were because the queen has either died, flown off, or don't know. So I knocked all those queen cells down, and they've tried to build another one there, but there's nothing in it, because if they haven't got an egg, they're stuck now. But if I see some eggs, I'm just going to leave them until the weekend and see if we can see a queen then. I can't see any. They are very calm if they haven't got a queen, but yeah, I can't see any eggs in there at all. No. So a bit of that brood has been hatched out actually, or has hatched out. That's an easier frame to see in the cells. But if you had an active queen in here, these would be riddled with grubs and eggs, and she'd be going for it. And this has all just got pollen and bee bread. So the normal routine is if you dispatch a queen or lose a queen, then you really ought to be giving them another queen within 24 hours, or after 24 hours, but before 48 hours. You've got that sort of window where they then recognise that they've lost a queen and are more inclined to accept a new queen, because they know they're stuck. Now there's an egg in the bottom there, I think. Or am I just imagining things? I think I might be imagining things. Looks like it might just be nectar or something. Oh, nearly got you. Well, I got you this time. Bye. So I think it's pretty safe to unite these with the others next door. See, they've got another cup cell here, but there's nothing in it. So they know they want a queen, but they've got no eggs to put in the cells. That's the problem for them. Bless them. I'll just go double check one more time on the way back. See, even without smoke, they've all buried their heads in the cells to see if they can find some food. So I don't know whether that was human error that we lost that queen, or just nature. I don't know. Lots of nice pollen to donate to the next colony. They've done well to fill that up. It's quite heavy. all this area here is all just chock-a-block with pollen. Quite a heavy frame, that. It's a shame because this was a good genetics, but now I've found that one up at the top there and I've got too many colonies. It's almost a blessing. See, there are bees hatching out, so you know they've got something to do. But you know, you leave it too long and they will start to get jumpy that they haven't got a queen. And then after a week or 2 weeks, as we saw up at the top there, one of the workers will just decide for herself that the only way to save the colony is to start laying some eggs, and they'll all be sterile because she hasn't been fertilised when she was born. And it's one of the odd things about bees is that a sterile egg produces a fertile male, which is a bit odd, but yeah, that's just how it is. Yeah, they're filling that up with see, there's a baby bee there that's only just been born. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced they are queenless. It's a shame. You see how calm they are with no queen. So they should unite, hopefully they should unite quite well with the others. Right, ladies, prepare to meet your mates next door. Got ya. Thought you were going to get away, did you? Right, so caution at every stage here. Get rid of those wasps. We don't want, if there is a queen in there that I have missed and she's on the floor, we don't want, if there is a queen in here, we don't want her obviously being in contact with that queen next door, because that will go badly. So I'm going to leave the queen excluder on the top of here. I'm going to leave the queen excluder on that colony next door. You can see that one there. The queen excluder's there. And then we're just going to literally take the lid off there, put the newspaper across the top, lift this box up and stick it on that colony there. So I'm just wondering whether I can show you that with both colonies at the same time. Maybe if I just put this up a bit. There you go, nearly tall enough. And that's just the stand. Wonder if I zoom out. Yeah, I don't know. You won't be able to see what's going on. Well, yeah, you maybe. So, okay, let me just come in a bit closer then. Right. Right, hopefully you'll be able to see all of that. So here we go. I am going to smoke the ones next door because I know there's a queen in there from the weekend. Probably only want... Oh, has it gone out after all that? Oh no, tiny bit of smoke coming out. Right, only want a little bit in here just to calm them down a bit. Don't want to panic them if they're going to meet some new arrivals. Yeah, so they're doing all right. For say, look, they've taken that tiny little bit of syrup. Right. So we'll do this trick and see if we can get them to drop below this queen excluder. Go on, you lot. I'll get distracted by zapping this wasp, nearly. Oh well, if you're going to be awkward, you'll just have to... Well, you won't get squashed, but... So, here's your bit of broadsheet newspaper with the clips front and back. Just to hold it down in the wind. There's another wasp gone. That's another difficulty that you have, is just where the hell's the edge of the nest? Or the edge of the box. So yeah, we were just stuck up there at the front a little bit. Now what some beekeepers do is that they put little holes in that bit of newspaper up just in the middle. They just tap a few holes in with their J-tool, and the reason for that is it just makes the process faster, but you know, they're going to do it anyway. So we'll just check for a queen on the floor here, and there isn't one. So just tap these in here, because they're all part of that family. There are some bees from the other colony on the underside of that, but not many. So they'll just have to get over it. And they're up here distracted looking for food anyway. And so the only other trick now is that the bees flying home now into there have got nowhere to fly. So just to make it a little less awkward for them, I'm going to move this colony along, push the box along, and hopefully that'll just make them, they'll just see, oh, there's another box there, we'll try that one, and then the guard bees here hopefully will let them in. So I'm just going to do that while you watch. And you can't move it too far, because the bees flying in that are used to flying into that colony are going to suddenly go, well, where's our house gone? So there's a limit to how much you can help them out or not help them out. So that's pretty much the process there. Hope you've understood that. I shall just take these off here. And then this entrance reducer I can take off at the weekend. But that is literally how you unite a colony. It's quite a clever little trick, and whoever thought that trick up needs a medal. But yeah, we'll see what happens on Saturday or Sunday, depending on the weather. Probably Sunday, but we'll see.